little bit of time to explain about the citta, our mind, and the observing of our mind. In the Satipatthana Suttam, Mahasatipatthana Suttam, Buddha mentioned about we had to dwell our mind on four of the area: body, feeling, and the mind state, and the Dhamma, these four. So tonight's topic is mainly on the mind, on the state of the mind. 在大念处经里面呢，佛陀有教我们去观察心，这个是就是四念处里面的一个部分，就是身念处、受念处、心念处和法念处，所以观察心呢是属于心念处的部分。Buddha mentioned in the mindfulness of the mind, there are eight pair, okay? 8 pair, and each one has an opposite one. So therefore there are 16 types of mind state. But in actual fact, our mind has many subdivision of mind according to Abhidharma. There are many different state of mind, much more than the 16 mentioned by the Buddha. I will use just the 16 mentioned by the Buddha and how we practice them, each and every one, how we practice them. First one, mind having greed, the thought of greed is in the mind. And the second one, mind not having the thought of greed in your mind. The Pali word is satraga, satragang cittan, and vittarakang. Vitta means not having. Vittarakang cittan. So these first two, mind state. What does it mean by having and not having greed in the mind? Therefore, we, in our daily life, we had to be calm in our mind to know what we have in the mind. To give a very simple example, suppose you sit there and suddenly you have a thought, let's have a cup of coffee. It's simple, right? But then if you were to investigate, then this thought of this having a cup of coffee, the thought arises. If your mind is subtle enough and calm enough, you instantly realize this thought is falling into the satragang cittan. That means you're having a greed there, or a longing, a craving for a cup of coffee. So therefore, the mind is occupied by this thought, and therefore this kind of mind is called satragang. Sat means having, raga means a greed, cittan means the mind state. So the mind is having greed in our mind, is having a thought of greed in our mind. Then Vittaragang Chitta, what does it mean? Means you're not having. If you or void of it, you to use the English word void of the greed of thought, the greed, the thought of greed in your mind. So how to get rid of that? How to get rid of this thought? Let go of it. Very simple. Don't dwell on it. But then sometimes you can have, you can have a cup of coffee, no problem. It's just that you must not be craving for it. Supposing if you, this is very subtle because you need to observe your mind. Having a cup and not having a cup, there is a difference there. If you think about it, then you have craving. If you don't think of it, it just comes naturally, okay, now is 9 o'clock, and it's time to have a cup of coffee. That's it. No problem. You can have a cup of coffee. But if you, for some reason, then the thought arises within yourself, let's go and have a cup of coffee. That's different. Because that thought is powered by the thought of greed in the mind. So it's quite subtle. So therefore you need to distinguish whether having or not having. Same as with other things, whether you want to have an ice cream or not having ice cream, or have other things. So there can be many instances for us to observe ourselves, our mind. 所以刚才我就说，第一，佛陀那个信念处里面分成16种，八对心态。这个心态来讲，以阿毗达摩的分析来讲，是很粗的，就16种而已。阿毗达摩的分析是很细的，很多，非常细的心。那这16种心里面呢，刚才我们讲到2种，就是有贪的心跟没有贪的心。那我就用，比如说我们想要喝一杯咖啡，如果你在那边做的时候，突然间你那个瘾起来了，那就是有贪的嘞。你的咖啡瘾一起来的时候，你想去泡咖啡来喝的话，那就算是有贪。但是说，如果你的每一天的那个固定的时间比如说 ，OK， 你是每一天是9点你喝茶的时间，那你就去喝一杯咖啡，没有事的。你看这里有分别，对不对？分别在于哪里？就是你没有起那个念，或者有那种欲望在推动你。如果有欲望在推动你要去喝那咖啡的话，那就叫做有贪的心。如果你把那个心放下，那就是无贪的心。所以这种心太多了，我们每天有各种各样的念头起来的，所以你必须要安静，才能够观察到到底的心中是有贪还是没有贪。And the second pair is having an aversion or not having an aversion towards another person. That means you dislike the person. Having an aversion, you dislike this asatosam. Tosam is greed, hatred. Satosam means having dislike in your mind. Satosam chittam, mind state chittam. Sat means having. Satosam means having dislike or having hatred in your mind, and not having vitta dosam cittam. Okay, not having. So these two states of mind. So the first one just now we talk about greed. So how do we fix that? Therefore, you need to practice 32 parts of the body and the 4 elements. Once you remove the body is me, no more greed. The greed is gone. Any greed. You need to practice 32 parts of the body and 4 elements. This is also mentioned in the Satipatthana Sutta, in the first section on the body, mindfulness of the body. This is to fix that one for our mind. Okay? Then, for the hatred, how do you fix it? For the hatred, you have to cultivate metta bhavana. So, whenever we have a dislike with other person, we need to instantly realize that, and straight away you change your mind to metta bhavana. May he or she be happy. May he or she be well. May he or she be free of sickness or danger, etc. Like that. Or you can use a Pali word, sappe satta avera hontu, abhyapacha hontu, anika hontu, sukhi attanan pariharantu. You must know the meaning of that. Otherwise you chant, it doesn't make any sense to you. So you need to understand the meaning. But translation can be difficult, I tell you, because Pali word translation can be from one person to another person can be totally different. Why? Because this, I'm not saying they're guessing the meaning. Just that they translate, they must have referred to text. Okay, there are many texts, and the word come up many times. So you need to read carefully between the lines. What does this Buddha use this word? What does this mean? Then you get the meaning. So you cannot say that person translation is wrong. Understand? So it is wise to always read, but then we don't have that much time to read, and our times are very limited. So this is the problem we are facing. And Pali is not a living language now. It's a dead language. It's only used in the Buddhist literature. So therefore, it's not easy to study Pali. And there is a limitation because it's not being used now. It's not being spoken now. Alright? Okay. Sattosam and vittatosam. Having hatred and not having hatred. Why? You need to understand your mind. How to understand your mind? You have to be calm. Your mind must not be agitated. If the mind is irritated and agitated, it can't be calm. Then you will not be able to see your mind state. That's a problem. Because that will not help you. They will only become a hindrance to your practice. Which is why it's always to stay calm in any circumstances. To stay calm, whatever happens, we just observe and feel that. Buddha advised us like that. Anupassi. Anupassi means you just follow and you observe. That's a word, anupassi. You follow and you observe. Observe who? Not observe outside you. Observe yourself. It's not asking you to observe other people. No use observe other people. Observe yourself. That's why it's called opanayiko. To observe yourself. That's a practice. Don't point the finger at others, but you point the finger at yourself. That's the way to practice. So when you have hatred in your mind, practice metta bhavana. Instantly realize, straight away practice metta, and straight away relax yourself. Send the energy out from your heart. to all the beings around you. Okay, so that is the medicine for that. So this is second pair. 刚才讲的第一种就是两种心，有贪跟没有贪的心。那么有贪的心，你的对治方法就是修32身分世界差别，它是直接对治你的身体的。为什么？我们的贪都是因为跟身体有关系的，贪吃、贪睡、贪淫、贪钱、贪各种各样的贪都是跟身体有关系的，所以你对治身体，它就把那个贪解决了。接下来就讲另外两种，第二对，第一对是贪，第二对是有嗔跟没有嗔的心。有嗔的心怎么对付它呢？修慈心。所以你必须要安静，自己不高兴，自己气了、发怒了，指责人家的时候，你就想佛陀的话，向内反照，而不是看外。看外没有用的，看外你修不到东西的。你必须要向内反照，你看外面，你完全修不到东西。我们到处去找，对不对？到处去找师父，求这个师父，跟这个师父学，跟那个师父学，这些都是假的，这些都没有用。你没有真正学到法，真正的法是在自己的这边，自己的学自己这边，这才是真正的法。你可以跑遍整个世界，跑到你的铁鞋都磨光掉，最后大破铁鞋无觅处，最后你又回到自己的心这边来，看自己的心，那才是真正的修行。你去外头去修没有用，各种道场、各种师父去求不到的，所以中国话讲“大破铁鞋无觅处”，最后发现他所要找的东西在哪里？在自己这一边。所以修行是这样的，要了解这一点。所以嗔心起的时候，要发现不是外头的缘故，是自己的心不认识自己的心，才升起嗔心。所以自己嗔心起的时候，就要对治。怎么对治法？修慈心，愿我安乐，愿我身体没有苦，愿我心没有苦，愿我没有险难，愿别人安乐，愿别人身体没有苦，愿别人心没有苦，愿别人没有险难。这才是真正的修行人的态度。不这样修，不会有东西的，你不会学到东西的，你会永远在找，你会一直在找不同的师父，找不同的道场，看不同的书，永远都学不会。不需要看太多，只要懂得方法向内反照，你就会学会了。好 ，So now we come to the Sattosam and Vittadosam. We all go everywhere, look for teacher, right? Look for different monastery, different meditation center. We all try desperately trying to find something miracle that can awaken us. No, this is the wrong direction. You go everywhere, you can go around the whole world. You can wear an iron shoe until your iron has been completely eroded. You will not find the ideal Dhamma until you find yourself within yourself. This is where the practice is. You want to practice and go everywhere looking for it, you will never find it. Until you finally realize you are looking inward, you found yourself. You found the Dhamma yourself. That's the way to practice. Now we say about the third pair. Moha, okay? Sattoham, sammoham, same thing. Sammoham chittam, having ignorance in your mind, and without ignorance, vitta moham. Jittam. Pali word is very easy and not difficult. They have a set pattern. They have a set pattern. More scientific than any other language. Pali word. Yeah. Because Pali word is made for Dhamma. Especially for the mind state. It's very, very precise word. I just mentioned to them on the internet. I say our language is not precise, but Pali word is very precise. That's the reason. But unfortunately, Pali word is dead now. So anyway, so Sabmohan and Vittamohan. What does this mean? Having ignorant and not having ignorant in our mind. What does this mean? You do not know the real picture. You didn't apply the Dhamma Nupassana or Dhamma Nusati. What does this mean? Means you didn't apply Four Noble Truth and dependent origination. This is the key. Okay? Four Noble Truth and dependent origination is the key to the Buddha's Dhamma. If you found this key, your practice no need any other teacher, which is what Buddha tell Ananda. Ananda, when I'm gone, be the Vinaya and the Dhamma be your teacher. Find the teacher, find the Dhamma as your island, as your guide, as your teacher. Buddha tell Ananda like that. Ananda was crying. Buddha tell him, Ananda, when I'm gone, you don't have to find that. You have to find this island within your own heart. And you find it there. Then after that, Ananda become quiet. He stopped crying. Same, we are all like that. When we first become ordained, we are like a small kids. We don't know. So we practice Vinaya, we practice Samadhi, we practice Panya, but we still do not know how. Still we are looking for it. And then we go from one center to another center, one monastery to another monastery, one teacher to another teacher. We still don't find. Until you find yourself here, within yourself. Then you really know how to practice. If you don't find inside, your practice will never progress. You will still be very superficial. You can't go to the essence of Buddha's teaching. Because that is a time you really find the Four Noble Truth here. That is a time you find the dependent origination here, not outside you. Okay? So now we say Mohan. What does it Mohan? You don't know Four Noble Truth. That's Mohan. When you know Four Noble Truth, your Mohan is gone. When you know the dependent origination, your Mohan is gone. That's Mohan. Sat-Mohan and Vitta-Mohan. Slowly, it won't go straight away, but some people can do it like that instantly, like Bahiya. Like Sariputta. As soon as Buddha finished teaching on the true dependent origination, he instantly from Sotapanna become Arahant. Just within maybe half an hour. And Sariputta was doing that. But so is Ananda. He kept on walking for 3 months, day and night, so tired. Until he void of sanya. When the sanya stopped, and he realized this is all impermanent. Rupa is impermanent, Vedana impermanent, Sanya impermanent, Sankhara impermanent, Vijnana impermanent, and it's all selfless. Instantly he become Arahant. Then he let go of all of it. We all same also. We all have to one day let go of all of it. If we haven't done so, we just keep on working on it until one day we will reach there. That is a dependent origination. Just keep on watching Salayatana Pacayo Patsa. Phassa pacayo vedana. Vedana pacayo upadana. Tangha pacayo upadana. Upadana pacayo pavo. Like that, one by one. Keep on working on that. Working on this few things. Nama rupa pacayo salayatana, etc. One by one. All these. These are the key one. Once this you understand it fully through your sixth door and our sixth door contact and our reaction, greed, hatreds and ignorance all arise, slowly you learn to observe yourself. It doesn't come quickly. My experience is it doesn't come quickly because our ignorance is very thick. More than 1 story high, maybe 2 story, maybe 10 story high. So our ignorance are very thick. We have to remove them ourselves. Nobody can help us to remove it. Buddha can't help us to do that. We have to do it ourselves. So the mohang is the ignorance that we don't know about the Four Noble Truths and we don't know about dependent origination. That's the thing keep us in the dark. Okay? So 现在我们回来讲第3对心，就是有痴的心跟无痴的心。什么叫有痴跟无痴？就是不认识四圣体，不认识缘起。名色缘六路缘触缘受缘爱缘取缘有。我们念很快。名色灭，这六路灭，这触灭，这受灭，这爱灭，很快。但是我们不了解，我们每一天都做网课，念得很快的，但是我们不了解，事实上我们不了解。我们的课诵本，我们天天都在念，有一些我们不了解它的，但是我们认识它的字，念得很快，但是心中这边不了解的。Which is why I say in Chinese, we do our chanting very fast. Morning prayer, evening prayer very fast. But we don't understand it. We don't really understand Buddha's word. We only understand the alphabet, that's all. But we don't understand the meaning. Therefore, morning prayer, evening prayer is necessary, must do. You cannot do without that. If you don't do your morning, evening prayer, then you are not a monk or you are not a nun. Put it that way. That's my opinion. Even until you realize you become an arahant, you still have to do. Buddha mentioned to Anuruddha, he said, okay, you are arahant now, you don't have to do uposatha now. Anuruddha said, I don't have to do uposatha now because I'm arahant. Buddha said, you do. Do until you're dead. That's it. So Anuruddha, even though he's blind, he did it until he's dead. Dutifully. Because we compare with Buddha, we are far off. Buddha is 100 story high. We are only 5 story. Far off. Very, very far. You cannot compare. We can't compare with Buddha. 所以早晚课一定要做，你不能够不做，因为这个是要拿来破除我们的痴的方式。我们念，但是我们不了解，因为我们并没有去应用它，所以我们不了解它的经文的意思。当我们去应用它的时候，我们就会认识自己的这个佛陀的意思在哪里。四圣体跟12缘起，这是佛法的核心。如果你不去修，不去守戒，不去修定，不去关照，那是你的事，对不对？你可以天天念，那就像乌鸦在那个鹦鹉在念这样，他根本不懂它的意思。你看那些鹦鹉会说话的鹦鹉，它不懂它的意思。If you just chant and don't understand meaning, you're just like the parrot. Parrot can speak also, but they don't understand the meaning. Yeah. Don't be the lorikeet or the parrot. They also speak our language, but they don't understand it. 所以痴是很严重的，必须要一直在练习观察四圣体、苦集灭道跟12缘起，你才会了解，慢慢了解它。这是对付有痴的心的方法。有痴无痴，你要这样弄。接下来2对就是有集中的心跟散乱的心，没有集中，天天都在这边了。你看你们天天做，你以为你的心集中啊？全部都是散乱的。有几个集中？有5分钟集中吗？你自己有答，你自己不要来打我，对吗？如果你有集中，你得到定了，对不对？那不一样的心，有得到定的心是不同的心。We practice meditation every day. You think we got samadhi? Never. Why? Because our mind is not focused. This is the next pair, 2 word there. Focused mind and non-focused mind. Sakitam, citta. And vitta, kittam, citta. This a little bit, we seldom use this word. Very seldom use these 2 words. Sakittam means focused mind and scattered mind. Scattered mind is vikittam, vittakittam, chittam. Mind not focused. When the mind is not focused, you become scattered. Most of the time, when we sit there meditate, actually our minds are scattered. Most of the times are scattered. That means is vikittam, vittakittam, chittam. It's not sakittam. Sakittam is a focused mind. How do we get rid of this? Practice, keep on practice anapanasati. This is the only medicine you need to take to deal with these 2 types of mind, to deal with the vittakittam mind. That means the mind is scattered. Most people's minds are scattered. It's a common knowledge. Even those people who got samadhi, they don't practice, their mind also scattered. Why? Because the 6 doors is open. The eye is open, ear is open, nose is open, tongue is open, body is open, and the mind is not fixed on anything. So therefore they cannot get sakittam mind. That's the reason. Yeah. But then again, there was a story. There was a blind, there was a deaf, there was a dumb. Then this Ananda found this, tell Buddha, these people would be good. Monk, they all talking, the blind one and the dumb one and the deaf one would be good for meditation. Buddha said, no. You think they will become enlightened quickly? No. So therefore it's also a problem. So therefore we need to have an eye, we need to have 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 ears, etc. Let this mind, this door open, and then we will get this many information in, but then we train our mind to be sakittam. That's how you train yourself. You had to train that way. Otherwise, you will never get kittam. Kittam means focus, sakittam. And vittakittam, no focus mind. So that's the only way to practice anapanasati. That is the medicine for this one, the dhamma for this type of training. So we have taught 4 pair already. 接下来我们谈集中的心跟不集中、散乱的心，怎么样？就是修安般念， 这个是唯一的法，没有别的法，只有一直在修安般念，一直注意，一直训练，一直训练，训练到你的心集中进入定为止，能够进入定为止，至少都要达到初禅、二禅这样。你自己要懂得静，如果你不会静，你一定要训练自己。这就是集中的心跟散乱的心。那这边我们就讲完了四种，接下来还有多少？1、2、3、4、8种了，4对有了嘛？接下来还有另外4对，就是有善跟无善的心。什么叫有善？你的心想要我要能够上去，我要能够进步，所以叫有善的心。心是神圣的，因为它有那个推动力。怎么推动力？必须要念死，懂吗？心就想我会死，几时我会死？不知道，那就吓坏了。死的时候你会怎么样？怕不怕？怕，那怎么样？你就会有善了嘛，它就会推动你，给你向上去嘛。所以叫有善的心跟无善的心，这是通过死随念来激发自己，给自己训练这个心。只有这个是唯一的法，就是死随念，来对治那个无善的心，这样你的心就会有善，一直向上，没有别的方法。想到死，你就会怕了。有什么东西比死更可怕的？对吗？死的时候你就躺在那边，什么都不能够动了，什么都不能够做了，什么都不能够说了。你要做什么都不能够动了，没有了，死了，死跑掉了，就变成死尸了。你想想多么可怕！这才是可怕。所以因此你自然而然会上，一直上。每一天起来想想一下死的样子，然后你就会一直上，一直往上去，不会往下，你就不会没有上。所以这个心是很重要的。The next 8 type, we have mentioned 8 type. The next 8 type is very important. The next 2 is Sub-Uttarang. Uttara is above. Going above. That means having progressive mind. What does that mean? To me, you keep on practice to go upward. You don't go downward. Downward one is Anuttarang. It's not Anuttarang. That's a different meaning. Anuttarang is supreme. This is Uttarang. That means opposite of Uttarang. Not having going upward. Not having progressive mental state. What spur you on? What push you on? Maranam nusati. If you think of death, think of the day you die, that will push you on. No other more effective method than this. Whenever you got slack, you think about, when am I going to die? Like that. Or you visualize you died there, motionless. You died there and motionless. No more consciousness. Then you say, okay, useless now. It's like a useless piece of rock, useless, and throw away. Then when you see like that, when you visualize yourself dead there, lying there, motionless, no more conscious, that's it, that's the end of it. Then this life is finished. Why am I still wasting my time? Then you have Uttarang. Then you have Uttarang mind, Sub-Uttarang. Otherwise your mind will be An-Uttarang. We will not push you on. Nobody push you. Your teacher can't push you. I got so many students in China. some of them ordained. I will even spend my money on them, buy them robe, buy them etiquette, bring them to Thailand or bring them to Hong Kong, get ordained. After that, they don't practice. I look at it, hopeless. These guys are useless. I think to myself, I'm wasting my money and these guys are useless. What to do is like that. People are like that. Let's slack. Why? They don't think of death. Because they're young, in their 30, 40 or 50, they don't think. They couldn't care less. What is like that? Yeah. But unless you have vision of your own death, like myself, I've seen myself dead. I know. That picture came to me, I know that was the time when I was dead. But that picture to me is very vivid. You understand? I know that was a picture of me dying there and nobody by my side. Peaceful, calm. I don't want people to come near me and cry and this and that. What for? No use. We come by ourselves, we go by ourselves. We don't need other people to come and disturb us. We want to be our own master. We come by ourselves, therefore we go by ourselves. And we don't bother other people. We don't become a burden for other people. Then when you have Maranam no Sati, then you will push you on. And this will fix that mind. You will have Uttaram Chittam, Sat Uttaram Chittam, or otherwise you will be Uttaram. Your mind will be always Uttaram Chittam. Most of the time, people are like that. Especially for ordained person. Lay people, you cannot blame them because they got too much responsibility, too much, too much other things that pull them along. Therefore, they are helpless. They can't help themselves. But we are taking the ordination. Why? We want to get Nibbana. So therefore, how to push us on? Mindfulness of death will only push us on. No other factors will push us on. So that particular teaching, the teaching on the mindfulness of death is for this, to generate this type of mind for ourselves. OK， 现在我们就讲另外三种，广大的跟不广大的心。什么叫广大？慈无量、悲无量、喜无量、舍无量，这是广大的心。这个叫做凡，四种凡住：慈凡住、悲凡住、喜凡住、舍凡住。所以我们都念嘛，一切众生他们没有仇怨，没有害意，没有嗔恨，守护自己的安乐。这是广大的心，一切众生，众生哪里？众生无量，所以你的心一直往外去，你要观想了，你要这边变成是蓝色的光了，一直出去，一直观想，你每一个光都是爱，都是愿他们没有仇怨，没有害意，没有嗔恨，守护自己的安乐，都能够安，他的心都能够安心，不会被人家刺激，你都是以这样的慈心来讲对待所有的众生，而不是要去害众生，给别人家痛苦。我们不要有升起这样的心，如果有这样的心的话，要赶快去掉这种心，因为这种心会使我们下地狱的。好，这是慈无量、悲无量、喜无量、舍无量，那就在课诵本里面，免于损失，免于孤独，免除责备，脱离穷苦。不是财富，不是尊贵，不是名声，不是所得的快乐，喜无量。舍无量， 是业的主人，是自己业的继承人，由自己的业而生，是自己业的倾注。这个就是无量心。你有这个无量心，你慢慢的心就会广大，不会牛角尖，不会装牛角尖，不会因为人家说的话、人家做的表情，然后你一直在那边装牛角尖。过了1天，过了2天，还在装牛角尖，你什么意思？这种不是修行，修行不是这样。所以这就是友善的心，广大的心，这种就是友善，会走上去，而不是走下去，而且是广大的心，不是狭小的心、狭隘的心。所以这个必须要修，不是说你明白就能够得到，你不明，你没有修，就算你明白，你得不到，因为你没有去修它，你自己的心中没有去转这个念头，必须要转那个念头，那个念头起的时候，必须要去转它，你才是在修。好了 ，Now we come to the next pair. The mind that is immeasurable, and the mind that is very, very narrow. The Mahakata. Mahakatang Cittang. Mahakata means immeasurable mind. Metta. Immeasurable metta. Immeasurable karuna. Immeasurable mudita. And immeasurable upekkha mind. You have to practice. Practice one is enough. Just practice metta until the mind becomes immeasurable, limitless. Let the mind go so until the body disappears, and just that loving kindness only. And the loving kindness is in the form of blue color light going out. Numerous light rays going outward until you feel your body disappear. Just that blue color light, numerous light, all the time going out. If you practice immeasurable, this is called Brahma Vihara. Okay, the Metta Brahma Vihara is you practice until the body disappears. Very good. If you think there's still a body there, you have not reached immeasurable. So therefore, you need to always cultivate that in your practice. Find your own time and practice yourself. You don't have to come to here. You understand? You can practice anywhere. Can be practicing in the bus, in the train, at home, in your bedroom, anywhere. No limitation. This is to get our mind until limitless, and you will get immeasurable merits. The punya will be the greatest. Okay? Then those people who are narrow, because their mind is narrow. Their mind is not immeasurable. It's not Brahma. Brahma's mind is not like that. Brahma is neither man nor woman. Brahma does not need to eat. Brahma always in meditation. That's what is called Brahma. And they are up there. They are in the loka, Rupa loka. The lowest, first jhana is Brahma world. First jhana. Actually, they always belong to the Brahma world. Rupa loka, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, they all belong to this one. But when you do Brahma Vihara, is you let your mind be filled with metta, and the metta completely fill you. Like you fill a glass with water, completely filled, and then you break the glass and the water spray out like that, and it goes everywhere. That's how describing it. Our body is like a piece of glass, and then you fill with water, and then you break the glass, and the body is gone, and the mind, the metta mind is like the water shoot out from that. and goes everywhere. Okay, so metta, Brahma Vihara, Karuna, Mudita, Brahma Vihara, and Upekkha will make the mind immeasurable. Okay, so this is called Mahakata, Mahakatang Chittang. Or if your mind is not like that is called Mahaketang. Mahaketang means opposite. That means narrow. The mind is very narrow, very finicky, very selfish, and very narrow. So it's called Mahakatang Chittang. Okay? Then the last two, having jhana and having liberation. We'll come to that very quickly. 接下来我们讲完的那个广大心呢，接下来两种定心跟解脱心，这两个是很重要。自己修行，我们要达到定 ，OK， 我们要达到解脱，这个才是最重要的心。这两个，这16种心里面呢，这两个才是最重要的心，定心跟解脱的心。有定的心跟无定的心，有解脱的心跟无解脱的心。怎么样达到定？色界定。怎么样修安般念或者精行？一直做，只有这两种方法。或者你修百遍，或者你修持无量、悲无量、喜无量、舍无量，也能够进到三禅。精行一直走，走到初禅、二禅、三禅。或者在这边静坐安般念，做到初禅、二禅、三禅、四禅，你就达到定的心。就这个是靠修这个东西得到的。然后，什么叫解脱的心呢？解脱的心就是心从执着解脱，从贪解脱，从嗔解脱，从痴解脱，从散乱解脱，从狭小解脱，让心广大。那就解脱了嘛。但是怎么样解脱？他就要作案做，要对五蕴要做什么？即灭位幻离这5个步骤，这才会修到解脱。就是要观察一切的现象，色法、名法怎么升起，怎么灭，它的位是什么，幻是什么，怎么离，怎么放下它。离开对他的执着，那就解脱。所以一定要修这5个步骤：即灭位幻离，你才会修到解脱。所以这个整个心16种心我就讲完了。Now we come to the last 2 types: having samadhi and not having samadhi, having liberation or not having liberation. These are very important 2 types of mind in the mindfulness of the mind. Now, having samadhi, how to practice? You must practice anapanasati. There's no other way. But you can practice kasina. You can practice white kasina. Or you can practice jankama, walking. Or you can practice Brahma Vihara on the metta, because that will lead you to 3rd jhana. And when you lead to 3rd jhana, you still got to come back to anapanasati. Then it will bring you to the 4th jhana. This is a shortcut actually. Because when you practice until body disappear and just a metta everywhere, then it's 3rd jhana. Then from there you switch over to anapanasati, then it will bring you to 4th jhana. You can try out yourself. It's considered a shortcut because easier to practice metta bhavana until Brahma Vihara. Metta Brahma Vihara is easier than having to go into 1st jhana, 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana. A lot of people having problem with this one, because their mind couldn't calm down enough until they can reach into Rupa jhana. Alright? So, Samahitang Chittang, that means you're having jhana. Or Asamahitang, not having jhana. These are the two types of mind. How to overcome this? Practice. Otherwise, you will always be Asamahitang Chittang. That means no jhana. Some people maybe even the whole monkhood or nunhood, no jhana. Because their mind, they couldn't understand their mind. They couldn't make their mind pure. Therefore, where we live is very important. Actually, Australia is very fortunate. We have vast space and few people. And we have few activity. Then our mind can be very pure here. But if you go to Tibet, like my previous life, excellent. Blue sky, green grass, very few people. Big piece of land, very cold. Not a very good environment. Australia is very good. I think South America, I believe, will be very good. But unfortunately, the government there are no good. All the South American governments are all corrupt, useless. Useless government there, all of the government there. Whether it's Argentina or Brazil or Peru, they're all same. Mexico, they're all same. Useless. What to do? People's minds are no good. So therefore, they get corrupt government and people suffer. We are very fortunate here. We Australian people, we are very lucky, we are fortunate. We all the time, since very old day, when I was a student until today, successive governments are always very good, successful government. You know, whether they are anti-Asian or not, I don't care. Eventually they realize it is not a wise policy and they will get rid of it. So now they, actually ever since Joe Fraser, is getting better and better. Successful government. Anyway, so Australia is a very good place here to practice. If we can go to somewhere very calm, good. Last time when I had my temple in the Northern River, was so nice. I had 20 acres of land and myself one person there. I was on top of the hill. And my meditation there was okay, not that excellent. Because I was too busy there. Now, I'm getting old, I have not much energy. And most of my practice are vipassana these days. Anyway, when you are young, practice samadhi. It is very important. Now, last one is vimutta cittang, and avimutang cittang. Having free yourself or not having free yourself. Having liberated or not liberated. How? This is bit by bit. Each time we have something that is in our mind, we have to think of a way to free ourselves. Don't let the little thing that inside our mind, the thought that pollute our mind and bring us down. So each time we can free ourselves a little bit, you free yourself. So your vimuttang is not a final vimuttang, but you're able to have vimuttang a little bit at a time. Eventually you'll have a final liberation. Vimutti. Vimutti is a final one. Then finally you get Nibbana. Nibbana is when you get rid of greed, when you get rid of hatred, when you get rid of your ignorance. That is Nibbana, according to Sariputta. So we can reach there when we are still alive and if we put in effort. So these are the two most important, I consider the most important mind state, the two sets. Having samadhi or not having samadhi, we have to practice. Having vidmutang or not having vidmutang is we observe ourselves all the time, using the right method. How? These are the five. Samudaya Dhamma Nupasi and Vaya Dhamma Nupasi. What does it mean? Whatever phenomenon, whether it's rupa, whether it's nama, arise, you observe. Whatever it disappears, you also observe. This is mindfulness of the four state: body, feeling, mind, and Dhamma. Satipatthana Sutta. Buddha all the time say this. He used a word Samudaya Dhamma Nupasi and Vaya Dhamma Nupasi. That means you are there. Nupasi means you are there watching it. Nupasi means you watching it and observing it arising and observing it disappear. That's called. Vaya is disappear. Samudaya means arising. Phenomenon arising. Dhamma can be rupa, can be nama. Okay? So you observe yourself. Rupa. You go to toilet, that's rupa. If it's something not rupa, it's your mind state, that's nama. Feeling is nama. Thought is nama. Yeah. And then vijnanam is nama. But sankhara has rupa and nama. Whatever we do is rupa and nama together combined. It's mental state and verbal and activity we do together, and it's combined. It's a mixture. So sankhara is a mixture of nama and rupa. So you need to identify yourself. And then when you do that, you then observe the rising and the ceasing of the phenomena. Then after you do this, you go to three more things. Asato, adinavo, and viraka. Viraka. What does this mean? Asato means you observe why you like it. What is the taste of it? You like it or not? If you love it, you like it like a coffee. You like it, that is the asato. The taste of coffee. There is a greed inside there. That's called the taste, asato. Adinavo is, what is the fault with that? Is coffee so important? You must have it? What does it bring you? What is any fault in it? It's rising and ceasing. That's the fault. And what is a viraka? Viraka means you let go. You destroy your desire on that. Whatever, for us, women and man or woman, we destroy all our desire one by one. First of all, we destroy our desire to the money. Then we destroy our desire for the dinner. Then we will destroy our desire for sex. Then finally we destroy our desire for ourselves. Then we are free. It's step by step, one by one. Therefore, we have to follow Vinaya. If you don't follow Vinaya, you will never reach there. That's freedom. When you're able to destroy your desire for food, for money, for sex, you become anagamin already. You become anagamin. Instantly you become anagamin. And anagamin, you are like a Brahma. You are in a Brahma Vihara. You are like a Brahma. You are neither man or woman. You're in your thought, there is no such thing as man or woman. Just human. So, therefore, if a person reach there, they know, he or she know. But their mind is It's a different type of mind. Their mind is a very pure mind. Their mind is only observing the self, how the self arising. And when the mind haven't able to follow the self, he knew this is called uttacca. Uttacca means the mind has fallen. The mind is not having enough sammasati. The mind has fallen. That's called uttacca. Uttacca means the mind is not having sammasati. And when the mind not having sammasati, then he doesn't know. He fall into the trap and the self arise. When the self arise, then he will express opinion. He will do certain thing. Then he will very quickly realize, oh, there is a playing of the up of the self, the ego, the atta playing up. Then eventually he destroyed it. He become arahant. He or she become arahant. Arahant is arahant. No male or female. Arahant is a mind free of itself, of attachment to all these 5 aggregate. So then you get vimutta. That's called vimuttam cittam. If you haven't reached there, then it's avimuttam cittam. So that's why we need to practice. Buddha is a very, very good teacher. Even though by saying this 16 state of mind, he laid down the path for us. That's the path. That's the path for you to walk, to reach there, to reach Nibbana. 所以你看佛陀讲的16种心，它其实就是一条路，这条路就是带我们从轮回的这一个岸走向解脱的另外一个岸。最后那个是解脱的心跟没有解脱的心，很重要的。好，今天晚上就讲到这里为止，谢谢大家。
sadhu 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 sadhu